Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar hosted by ClassBox. We are going to learn how to write winning email appeals with Rachel Muir, and I am so excited to have her as guest speakers today. But first, I just want to start with a little bit of housekeeping. This webinar is being recorded, so we'll be sending you the slides and the recording in the week or so, so you can keep an eye out for that. And if you have any questions throughout today's webinar, feel free to just chat those in. You can use the Q&A panel, that's easy, or if you want to use the chat, you can do that too. And we'll be getting started in a few minutes. We'll just wait for some more friends to join. And while we're waiting, I would love to have you let us know where you're from, your name, where you're from, your organization, and maybe, I don't know, what did you guys do for Memorial Day weekend? Let me know.
What did you do? What did you do?
What did I do? So I was going to go out to Long Island to see an art show. But then I ended up staying put, and I just stayed local with my boyfriend, and we just kind of had dinner and hung out.
Awesome. I was very chill. We just, here's the I got up at 9 a.m. and went and played pickleball. I love pickleball. It's like my new thing. With my husband and I played doubles pickleball, which we'd never done. It was amazing, and it was an amazing workout. And I was like, what am I doing? Because I had stayed up binge watching that show. Oh my gosh. The last thing he said to me, I totally binged it the night before, and I stayed up until like 2 a.m. watching it.
Gosh, don't you love those nights?
Holidays, so I'll just stay up. I've got YMCA Dallas here. I want to brag on YMCA before we get started here. I've got this awesome bookmark that I got at NATO. This is from YMCA of the Three Rivers. I love this. It says, "Thanks for being on the same page as us," and has a little heart, and it's just like a sweet, cute, inexpensive, nice stewardship piece. So we're talking about email today. Which I'm equally as passionate about stewardship as I am about email. I love hearing, "Ooh, Joanna was in a concert. That sounds like a lot of fun." Festival of the Arts performed in a patriotic concert. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks like we had some really fun weekends. Yeah, and thanks for pointing out that YMCA piece, plug how they did that with their
Isn't
mark.
that cool?
Really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, welcome to everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to shout out some of the folks that chatted in and had an amazing time this weekend. Happy anniversary to those. I think I saw it was somebody's anniversary, 32nd wedding anniversary to Diane. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm so excited to have everyone here, and I just want to quickly close my chat here and move on to our next slide. Again, I'm here with Rachel, and so she's been in the nonprofit world for many years, and she is for several years she raised over $10 million. She was featured on Oprah and CNN and the Today Show, and she works tirelessly to deliver these workshops about helping you to develop as successful fundraisers and confident, successful fundraisers, reaching out to your networks. And she has a bunch of tips today, and I'm super excited that she's here with us. And she has the most adorable dog with her today too. I forgot what was his Max, right?
This is Max, and he doesn't bark. And oh my God, he's so cute.
He's literally one of the most adorable pups. So yeah, before we dive in, I'm going to spend 2 more minutes talking about CauseVox in case you're new. So CauseVox makes fundraising easy. We are a digital fundraising platform designed to help small and medium and even large nonprofits just accelerate their fundraising. And we do that through best-in-class donation forms, mobile payments, campaigns, ticketing, and peer-to-peer all in one place. So really, we just, take out that Frankenstein model. If you have to have, 5 different platforms, that's not needed anymore. You can put everything in one place. We do also offer hands-on support and onboarding. So you get to talk to real life people like me. And we really want to be there to celebrate and encourage your success. And then also we provide a fundraising education. So if you don't know, we do send out weekly EDU emails, and that includes anything from guides and templates to webinars like this one today, just to help you, flourish as a nonprofit. And yeah, so again, this is just a summary of what I just mentioned. You can house all of your fundraising under one roof, and specifically with donations, right? Well, this is what we want to do with our email. We want to drive people to donations and making that. So if you need a donation mechanism or a vehicle, that form through which you're going to get those processed, you can use CauseVox. We've really modernized things a lot. We can replace your typical or clunky PayPal button and really streamline things and offer donors multiple ways to make a payment, right? We want more options for them, and we've given it to them through Apple Pay, Google Pay, Venmo, PayPal, ACH bank transfer. It really helps to optimize for both one-time gifts, monthly recurring gifts, and pledges. You can also sell tickets at the same time if you need like a little hybrid event thing. And of course, your peer-to-peer fundraising, which is part of our bread and butter here. We've really made it very easy to use for both the fundraiser and the admin. Everything's really like defaulted for you. So you kind of set it and forget it for them, and they can personalize things on the go. So if you are looking for a fundraising platform, I would encourage you to just check out our demo page. We have like this really quick recorded demo. It's like only 13 minutes. We actually updated this. A 13-minute recorded demo, or you can schedule with me directly and we can talk one-on-one about how our tools can help you guys with your goals. And then again, checking out our free fundraising tips that we send out every week on Tuesdays. So you'll just subscribe to the blog and then you'll be included in our emails. And now, without further ado, I'm gonna let Rachel take it over. All right. Give her some happy emojis.
Yay! I am so happy to get to be with everybody today. I absolutely love this topic. I was telling Jenna, email is my favorite. I love email, and I love helping people feel more confident hitting that send button and writing really great email. And I love helping people with subject lines. In fact, I'm going to pop into the chat my all-time favorite subject line testing tool, which I use several times a day, and it's amazing. So I'm just going to pop that into the chat because I love it that much. So, and you should totally bookmark it. Excuse me. Okay. So my background is in fundraising. I spent my whole career in fundraising, and I love helping people be better at their fundraising. You can learn more about me at rachelmuir.com. We're going to have so much fun today. We're going to talk about how to write click-worthy emails, how to avoid the spam filter. I'm going to bust some email myths. I'm going to give you some time-saving email tools like the one that I just popped in the chat. Oh my goodness. Send Check It is amazing. It will give you a score on your subject line and tips on how to make yours even better. I'm going to give you some sign-up strategies to grow your list and boost your deliverability. And of course, I have time for questions. So I'm going to encourage you just to keep things fantastic and awesome for Jenna and I. Pop your questions into the questions box. That way, I know that I've answered all of them, because I'm going to be chatting you up in the chat and asking you all kinds of fun questions in the chat. So again, type your questions into the Q&A box so that we can be sure and get to all of them. I love training people to be better at their fundraising. This is a program I have. If you watch this webinar and you're new to me and you're like, I want Rachel in my life, and maybe you're like, I want more Max in my life. That dog's really cute. I do a workshop every single month through my membership League of Extraordinary Fundraisers, and it's a really fun, fantastic program. So You can learn more about it at that website. We just wrapped up a workshop on Thursday on how to do a capital campaign. So I'm going to be updating the page with our June workshop later today. But that's if you want a little bit more training from me, that is a super ridiculously affordable place to get it. And I have this fantastic guide that I wrote with lots of email tips. So get your sticky mitts on that too. It's really, really helpful. And it's got lots of time-saving tools like send, check it, and and more. Okay. So we're going to talk about writing click-worthy emails, and I'm going to give you a pep talk to send them. I am obsessed with subject lines. Obsessed. That's why I am so crazy about send check it, because it rates your subject line and tells you how to make it better. But I also have a Google Doc of all of my favorite subject lines. I got to use one of them this morning to promote this webinar. And it was just a very, very simple, hey, do you want to hang out today? And I highly encourage you to keep a Google Doc of all of your favorite subject lines, my friends. And you are going to get great subject line emails from all kinds of businesses. Maybe you get some from some savvy nonprofits, but you're probably also going to get a ton, like I do, from corporate brands, and let them inspire you. I get great subject lines all the time. I get inspired sometimes driving. I start thinking about subject lines, and I'll email myself the subject line. So anyway, when it comes to your email, the subject line is king. I mean, you have one goal, and that is to get that email opened. Let's face it, your inbox is a super busy place. Mine is a ridiculously busy place. I don't practice zero inbox, and I probably should, but the truth is I'm just so busy with life. But this is the harsh reality of really everybody's email box, especially as we get closer to end of year, but any day, right? It's crazy, it's nutty, it's busy in there. You've got to stand out with a really, really good subject line. So these are some strategies that you can use. Personalization is king. You are statistically going to have such better open rate if you do personalization, meaning using someone's first name. Here's something important. Do not, I repeat, do not substitute. If you don't know their first name, don't use friend instead. Don't use friend, because dear friend sounds really impersonal. My advice to you is to work hard to find out people's first names. I guarantee you, you've got a ton of people on your email file whose email addresses are things like jennybrown@gmail.com. And you may not have her listed as Jenny Brown, but if you just looked at her email for 5 hot seconds, you'd realize, oh my God, her first name is Jenny. I actually did that and went through, I actually hired one of my teenagers. I have twin teenagers to do that. And I went through and like updated everyone. I work really hard to get people's first names, and you should too. And you should work on updating your files, but don't replace it with friend. Here's a pro tip for me. I replace mine as a custom field with you. So if I didn't know you, your first name, and you had some terrible email address like director@abcnonprofit.org, then it would say, hey, do you want to hang out? Instead of saying, hey, Jenna, do you want to hang out today? Okay, personalization, flattery. We love Jenna. That's a great subject line. This can't keep, or anger, this can't keep happening to blank, like insert whatever beneficiary you're helping, kids, dogs, unicorns, penguins, whoever you're helping. Urgency, curiosity, brevity, or scarcity. If you send a brief email, if you send out a single word like panic, your email subject line needs to be related to your email. Don't send out an email that says, I need an attorney ASAP. If you don't need an attorney ASAP, I mean, I would laugh and totally open that email. But if you're not going to talk to me about this, something that relates to your subject line, it's really not fair. So I've got some pro tips for you. Keep a best of subject lines document. Don't make it all about you. Like, I mean, you've got to provide some value. I'm going to show you lots of really great examples today. Get inspired by other senders. I mentioned, you know, I get inspired by all kind of vendors who send me email. Don't end your subject line with a period. Don't do that. That tells me, okay, I'm done here. I don't need to pay attention anymore. Use a conversational tone. If you've got enough time, you can do an A/B test. You definitely should be doing that for your appeals. You should definitely, if you've got two great subject lines, be doing an A/B test. Just know that when you're planning your emails, if you're going to do an A/B test, you're going to need to give yourself some time for it to pick the winner. Pay attention to the preview text. That's a great opportunity. And ask yourself, as I mentioned earlier, geez, would I open this? Here is my inbox, a screenshot of my crazy inbox a while back, a few years ago. I know you're probably thinking, when is Rachel on Forever 21's email list? You can get so much inspiration all around you. I mean, we're total mind readers, we know, and it has this cute little emoji. Emojis really help with subject lines. It's got this cute crystal ball emoji. Wayfair is telling me new toilet seats have arrived. They're really excited about that. You know, so keep a spreadsheet of your favorite subject lines and let yourself be inspired by the emails that you get. Here's another pro tip. Write like you talk. Okay, write like you talk. It drives me crazy when I get, and I'm going to pop this link into the chat as well. This is a link to download today's slides. Your email needs to sound like a conversation. You're writing for the web. This is I mean, your direct mail needs to sound like a conversation too, but you need to write like you talk. When in all of my emails, I use immersive storytelling. If I'm telling a story, I use a really good hook. I use really short sentences. We're smart, you're smart, but your people that are opening your email are really, really busy, and you need to make it warm and personable. So this is something that drives me crazy. Over here on the right, you're seeing a screenshot. This is an email, an actual email from Big Brothers Big Sisters. Do not reply at bbs.org. No, 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 no. Please do not send email from, it needs to come from a human being, not from a do not reply. What this is like going, this is going to donors. I mean, you don't want it to be sent from executive director or development at, you know, sweatersforpenguins.org. It needs to come from a human being with an actual name. It needs to be a recognizable human being. It can have a photo. I use Wise Stamp in my emails, and I absolutely love Wise Stamp. It has like a little headshot, your little headshot that it'll pull. And this is important. When you are at your out there in the world fundraising, I want your donors to recognize you. So I totally encourage you to have a headshot, check out Wise Stamp. You can use Wise Stamp for free, but it'll let you have that image, like a thumbnail image of your headshot, and also lets you do some really cool personalization. So 69% of people open the email based on the sender. Do not have it come from do not reply. Here's a little before and after email makeover that I did. The subject line in this, if you can read it, was the worst of 2022 now. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so dark. I don't even want to read this email. It's like so dark. Your subject line has to inspire me with flattery, with curiosity. It can get me in a fight, but if it sounds so depressing, I may not open it, right? So you could use anger as a motivation, but so it can't be so bleak that you don't want to open the email. You always need to tell, when you're writing an appeal, it needs to be an unfinished story, and the donor's gift is going to finish the story. You don't want your emails to be great walls of text. You need to use short sentences in emails. It's different. If you want people to pay attention, you need to use short sentences. Always use your PS. Always use your PS. It is the most important part of your email and your letter. The truth is, we as human beings are skimmers. We don't just read something from start to finish. We skim through. And that's why your PS is so important. Look at this beautiful headshot that Julia has in her email. I love that. She's using the PS. She's got a visual, she's got a caption, she has a clear problem, she has a clear solution, and a very clear call to action. So we're going to talk a little bit about deliverability, and don't be shy. Pop your questions anytime into the Q&A box, my friend. So who wants to type into the chat and tell me what do you think the best way to boost your deliverability is? Type into the chat what you think it is. The truth is, to boost your deliverability, you need to have a good email reputation. Okay, how do I get a great, oh, Annette said video. I love video email. Love. I am obsessed with video email. I personally use BombBomb, and I have a link. It's a weird UTM link. If you send me an email, I will send you the link to get a free BombBomb account. I love BombBomb. They're awesome. I'm putting my email in here and I'm typing it in. I love them. They're great. And that's a great way to get your email opened, is using video. That's a great way to get open. In general, the best thing that you can do to boost your deliverability is to have a good reputation. And in order to have a good reputation, you have to get as many people to open as many of your emails as possible. Okay, so it's like your goal in fundraising is to get the greatest gift possible, the largest gift possible, to the greatest, in the shortest time possible, to the greatest joy of the donor. And your goal with email is to get people, is to have a great, to engage with your donors and engage with your readers. And if you want to have a great reputation, you need to send quality content. You need to send quality content frequently that people open. Okay, so I'm going to show you some examples. This is a personalized salutation that you're seeing over here on the right. This is from Next After. So if you're thinking like, oh, I don't have time to personalize in my emails, well, the personalization email had a 270% increase in clicks. This is personalizing in the subject line, which I'm a big fan of. I love the subject line. You amaze me, comma, Jeff. So you need to think about, if you don't know their first name, what is going to go in that box. It could be blank, or it could be something else. But this one had 137% increase in opens. So I'm a big fan of using personalization if you know someone's name, and I get very creative. If I don't, like, here's I'm in love with you. I can easily use, if I don't have their first name, if it equals blank, you instead, and it will work in this subject line. Okay, so here are some email tips for you, my fundraising friends. These are all things that we have talked about. Write like you talk. Always, you've got one goal, and that's to get that email open. So you need to put plenty of attention on that subject line, and also plenty of attention on that PS. If you can personalize with their first name, always have it come from a real human being with a real name and a real email address. Keep it very, very skimmable. In an email, you want to have like 1 to 2 sentence paragraphs. Okay, we're not going to have a paragraph with 10 sentences. That would be a great wall of text that no one would want to read. Tie your ask to something tangible, have a really clear call to action, and be ready when people give to you from your email. with a really great thank you landing page, with a really great subject, with a really great landing page and a really great thank you email autoresponder. Okay, I'm going to answer Elizabeth's question. And while I'm doing that, I want to invite you to type into the chat, and you've got 3 choices here. One, the question is, which call to action works best, my fundraising friends? 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so you're going to read these and you're going to vote 1, 2, or 3. You're going to type it in the chat, and I'm going to answer beautiful Elizabeth's question, which is, can you give an explanation of the A/B test? An A/B test is a test. You can do a split A/B test on anything, right? Direct mail, email, but in email, typically an A/B test is you're testing 2 different subject lines, and you're seeing which one works better, which one people open. And so they're very easy to do, but I always like to remind people, you have to give yourself time to pick the winner, right? It's not like you can just, oh, I'm going to do the split A/B test and then I'm going to send out my email the same day. It's going to take like at least 24 hours. Mariah can't decide. Mariah said 1 or 3. A lot of people said 3. I should have done this as a poll, but I'm feeling like 3 and 2 are only, I've only had like a few people pick 1, but let's see. Courtney, Lisa, Todd. I feel like Todd, Nancy, Terry. Todd has probably seen this training before, and he's seen this poll before. Jody and Stacy, you got it right. The first one works best. Please make your year-end gift to save the penguins today. You're going to tell me exactly what to do. Stand with penguins, super vague. Stand up for my values, even more vague. You want to be very direct, like, you know, please make your year-end gift to save the penguins today. Okay, you're going to be completely specific and telling people exactly what they're going to do. So this is a lot of questions that I get about email, and this is a good one, because this may be like on your mind right now. Like, type me if this is something that you worry about or think about. Type me into the chat if you worry about this or think about this. Darlene said, okay, yay, Kevin, Nancy, Cassidy, Kimberly, how do I get out of the spam or promotions tab? Another question that's really popular is, how much email is too much email? So, okay, I'm going to answer both of these, my friend. Darlene asked, I hear from older folks that do not like orgs using their first name. It's offensive and they won't give. What's your take? Okay, I'm going to answer this, and Jenna's going to answer this too. This is crazy. I got to tell you something, girlfriend, and this is for everybody. This is for all my beautiful fundraising friends that are joining Jenna and I today. You will not please all of the people all of the time. You can't ever project your own fears or preferences onto other people, because other people are different. If one person says, I don't like you using my first name in an email, that doesn't mean that everyone else feels that way. My sense here is that, I don't know, listen, people's first name is actually like their favorite word. Unless your mom is yelling it and she's including your middle name and your last name, and she's yelling it on the street corner and you're really embarrassed when you were just out playing and you got in trouble. It's something that is like music to people's ears. So if you're doing personalization well, you're not offending anyone. You're actually making people feel like, Jenna wrote this email just for me, and she totally loves me, and I'm feeling really special and loved by Jenna today. I'm going to let Jenna answer this too. I think she would like to answer this.
Yeah, thanks. No, first of all, I just love all of your examples so far. But yeah, to this point, like, yeah, I mean, I would be interested to hear their side of it, but I guess for me, I would agree with Rachel in the sense that, you know, fundraising needs to be personal. And the first way to be personal is by starting with the person. And yeah, like if it offends one person, like she said, it might not offend others. And I think I would err on the side of personalization. Yeah, I do love hearing my name. By the way, so this webinar has been awesome because Rachel's been talking about me the whole time.
I mean, you know, I've been dropping Jenna like it's confetti at a wedding. She's
It's like
doing
sort of
a lot.
celebratory. Like to me, it's like sort of celebratory because they're thinking of me, like Rachel said. I would have to agree. Yep. Thanks, Rachel.
Oh, thank you. So, okay, magic words for email deliverability. Can you guess what it is? Type it in the chat. Here we got Joan Jett. Good reputation. Those are your magic words. You're just going to have a good reputation. And if you want better deliverability, you're going to write click-worthy emails that give people something of value, and you're going to send more of them. I mean, this isn't just all about you. It's about making the person that's reading this email feel known by you. And here, I'm going to add this for that question. I think it was from Darlene that Jen and I just answered. The greatest gift you can give your donor is the gift of feeling known by you. That is a gift. And when you do personalization right, and when you segment your email so that you know who you're talking to, you make people feel seen and heard by you. And that's a really good feeling. So if you want better email deliverability, write good emails and send more of them. Okay. This is myths and truths about email when the Spanx come off. Okay. This one, I hear this all the time from people, like, you know, or you know, also another version of this is, well, I haven't asked the people on my list very often to give, so therefore they'll really, really be primed and want to, because I hardly ever ask them for money. No. The worst thing you can do is not communicating. So I'll tell you this for me, and I hope that you will sign up. And I love sending email. I send an email out promoting this today. I'm sending a hilarious email out tomorrow about 3 of my friends named Julie, who I adore. Anyway, I send out a lot of email. I work really hard at my email, and I get excited when I send email to my whole list, because I suppress a lot of email to people who are members of my program because they're members. So I'm not going to send them a sales email promoting the membership. So I get excited when I send email to my whole list. It's like, yeah, no one's hearing from me again. You need to send email often. The only way to have a good open rate and good deliverability is to send quality email frequently. If you're sending good email that people want to read, they're going to open it. The more they open it, the better your deliverability. Sending less frequently actually really hurts your email reputation, and providers penalize senders whose mail is opened at a low rate. So the translation of this is sending less email actually means people are less likely to open your emails. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Here's the thing that people always stress about, and type me if this is you. Type me into the chat if when you hit that send button, you are like me if I've spent like 1 minute on a treadmill, just like sweating, stress. Okay, Cassidy says me. This is the minimum. This is just end of year. This is a screenshot of an end of year calendar in December. Okay, this is the minimum that you should be sending. The minimum here, this is 7 asks. Okay, I want you to send more. Tell me, type into the chat and tell me how many emails, just like the month of December, asking people to give to your year-end campaign. Type the number of emails that you send into the chat. 3. Not enough, Kimberly. I want you to send more. I want you to send more. Yay, Julie's here. Oh my God, I love Julie Edwards. Julie, pop your, Julie Edwards is one of my favorite fundraising consultants. She has some spots on her dance card. I'm gonna invite her to pop her link if people want to book time with her into the chat. I mentioned my Julie email. I'm sending an email out. I'm bragging on Julie. She wrote this amazing proposal. And I'm like, I need to put this in an email, send it to everyone I know, and people can see what they could have if they worked for you, because it would take so much stress off their plate. Okay, this is a little bit of a more realistic. This is so they split up their Giving Tuesday campaign and a match campaign, and then their end of year. So you're saying, so they're basically doing like 3 different campaigns. They're sending out 6 emails about their match campaign. They're sending out about 5 emails about their Giving Tuesday. One's the teaser, one's the thank you, but there's 3 ask in there, and they're sending out 11 end of year appeals. As long as you take me off the roller coaster, once I've given, you should still send me email. Okay. But once I've given, take me off the merry-go-round. Okay. There, I love, Jay. Okay. I'm going to go for it. Schwedelson jokes that he can't even say his last name or spell it or pronounce it. Anyway, he's hilarious. And I'm just a big, obviously, you can tell you've spent 20 minutes with me already, 36 minutes. I'm a huge email nerd. And I love listening to him. Okay, this is the number of email sends per month and the average open rate. By the way, Neon One just did a really great email study. If you send me an email, I will send you the link. It's really, really good. They studied best days to send, open rates, everything. It was pretty awesome. Okay. This is a business to consumer number of email sends per week and the average open rates. Okay. So, you probably have recognized these people. This is Chip and Joanna Gaines. They've got this Magnolia company. They got a magazine. They've got this makeover show. Guess how many emails they send a month? Guess how many emails they send a month? Okay, I love it that Lauren is sending 9 emails. That's awesome. Kate said 30. Kate, you're a genius. You're either a genius or you've seen this before. Okay. Yes, and please feel free to email me because I don't know that I'm gonna get a copy of the chat, but if you want me to send you the video email address or the information about Neon One's email study, that's my email address. Okay, and Lisa, put your question into the questions box. Pretty pleased with Sugar on Top. Okay. Yes, 30 times a month, literally every day. They're sending an email like literally every single day. But you know what? If you love them, you're reading it, and maybe you're doing a renovation, you know, and you're reading it, and if you don't want it, you're going to unsubscribe, and that's okay. So write value rich great email and send more of it. That's the idea here. Don't worry that you might offend someone. You are not here to play small. Jenna and I want you out there playing big. You are going to not please everyone all of the time. Something that broke my fundraising heart, which is beautiful and fragile, is a client once told me someone complained because we used a photo of a homeless person in our appeal, and someone complained about it, and we're never allowed to use photos again. Okay, that is ridiculous. That person wasn't going to give anyway. You're not going to, there's always going to be haters. You got to shake it off, right? You got to just like totally shake it off. It's okay. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I am too much for some people. But you know what? Those aren't my people. Those are not my people. And that's okay. I'm not here. You know, I tell my kids this all the time. I'm like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to parent you. I'm not here to make friends. You can't sweat one person being offended. They weren't going to give anyway. When it comes to life, when it comes to email, you are also going to make a mistake. Julie's laughing. Julie, like me, you know, Julie's not for everybody. She's hilarious. She's beautiful. She's brilliant. She's wonderful. She has a beautiful laugh, and she laughs quickly, and she laughs with all of her heart. And, you know, someone who is like a real curmudgeon might not like being around someone so happy. I don't know. They're not our people. It's okay. But here's the thing. You're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. I mean, like, you just got to embrace it and you just got to move on. You just got to dust yourself off. I've made mistakes in email. I've made mistakes with personalization. Guess what? I'm still here. And I'm just human too. I mean, it happens. It happens. Maybe you're worried about unsubscribes. You know what? Maybe you feel like, oh, they're unsubscribe and then no one's going to be on my list and I'm going to have a bad reputation. No, don't worry about this. Unsubscribers have no effect on your reputation or your deliverability. Ah, give yourself a hug. What a relief. People who unsubscribe do not hurt your deliverability. And you know what else? It saves you money when they unsubscribe. You're going to pay less. So like, blow them a kiss goodbye. I mean, it's totally fine. Yeah, let them be the list cleaner. Let them be your like Roomba, you know? I'm going to share some sobering vanity email myths. Okay. This is like, here's the first one that oh, I've got like 50,000 people on my email list. Okay. It's not the numbers. The value is in the engagement. The value is in the engagement. Having hundreds or thousands of people on your email list doesn't, if they don't open your emails, if you've got like an extra 20,000 people who are not opening up your emails, you are hurting your deliverability. You should, yay, Noreen said, bless and release. Yes, I will wave you from the shore. It's all good. We can still like say heads up in the hallway, but I'm not going to be chatting you up at your locker anymore because, you know, you said you don't want that kind of relationship, and that's okay. It's totally okay. I'm going to answer all these questions, so please don't be shy about popping them in there. We've got time to answer your questions. I'm, believe it or not, getting close to the end here, and I've got plenty of time to answer your questions. So don't worry for a second and do grab my download because I think you're going to like it. It's got some really great tips and tools in there. Okay. Just get over the vanity, but also I'm going to tell you this, and this is important. Do not delete people that aren't opening your emails. Do not delete them. Just unsubscribe them. Okay. Don't delete them. I have an engagement. I have a re-engagement sequence. It is one of the most hilarious things in my whole of all my email series. It's the funniest. It's really punchy and very silly, but I have automation set up to automatically, when people stop opening my emails after 3 months, I try to re-engage them. And if they don't respond, they're out of there. They're out of there. You know what? My email rates never go up. I mean, I add people, but I lose people too. And that's okay. I mean, if they're not opening up my emails, they're, you know, then that's okay. That's not going to hurt my feelings. So scrub your list with an email re-engagement sequence. I'm a big fan of email re-engagement. Here's some tools that you can use: Zapier, Litmus, subject line. There's a lot of subject line generators out there. I have a lot of these goodies in my guide there that I just put into the chat. Melanie quietly raises hands. I love it. Great examples. I'm normally just busy. Yes. These are all great email tools that you can use. And you've got all these, rachelmuir.com/email. You can grab all those. I'm going to show you a couple of these tools, a couple eye candy examples, and then I'm going to dig all in on your questions. Okay. Active Campaign. I use Active Campaign. I really love Active Campaign. Like, you know, you do you. I don't like MailChimp. And the reason why I don't like MailChimp is because MailChimp charges you like based on your contacts, and if you have multiple contacts across multiple lists, it charges you for all of those, even if it's the same person. I don't like that. Active Campaign, I personally love it. You know, you do you. I'm doing Active Campaign. I love it. I adore using it. And they have a subject line generator. You don't have to be a client. To get their subject line generator, just Google it. I think the link is in your guide from me, but that's just if you want some help with writing your subject lines. I love sendcheckit.com. I put this in the chat earlier. It is like my all-time favorite email subject line tester ever. It's the bomb. I use it all the time, and I love that it doesn't just give you a score, it tells you how to improve your subject line. If you're feeling spammy, go to mail-tester.com. This is in your guide, but it will test the spamminess of your emails for you, which is really, really handy. So those are some free tools. They're all in that guide, rachelmuir.com/email. It helps your email to have people open it. It helps your deliverability if people open it. If you regularly unsubscribe unengaged contacts, don't delete them, okay? Just unsubscribe them. That means they won't get your email anymore, but you still have the information on them, like when they signed up, what they read, etc. Sending email from a human helps your deliverability. Make it easy to unsubscribe. I mean, it better be easy. Have you ever opened up an email and there wasn't an unsubscribe option? No. That is actually, I'm pretty sure that's totally illegal because of canned spam laws. You let them unsubscribe. Hey, they just saved you some money. Like blow them a kiss on the way out the door. No biggie, no biggie. Encouraging people to forward and reply to your emails is also something that helps your deliverability. Okay, sending email to unengaged people hurts you. Sending email to people if they didn't opt in, constantly changing providers, meaning like you're moving from platform to platform all the time. I mean, hopefully you're only doing this once every few years. Bitly, not cleaning your list, not segmenting your list, using emojis instead of a word. Okay, that isn't friendly for anyone with a disability. You can use emojis, but don't let the emoji replace the word and it not make sense. If they're using like a reader because they have a visual impairment, that's not going to make sense for them. Okay, and I'll also always use your alt tags if you're just for your images, if you have images in your email. Here's some email facts that might surprise you. Okay, type into the chat, what is the most opened email you will ever send? What email is open more than anything else? Type it into the chat. No, it's not Giving Tuesday. I'm going to give you a hint. It's the email that help. Old Navy Super Cash. Cynthia, you are cracking me up today. Happy birthday. Yay. Katini, did I say that right? What a beautiful name. Katini St. Pierre. I feel like it's not after it's the welcome email after someone signs up for your list. Like that is the most opened email you will ever send is the welcome email. What do you think the average open rate is? Type in the average open rate. Free tickets. You're funny. Here's what you did. Okay. Okay, Julie Edwards said 25%. Kevin said 30%. Whoa, Susan said 100%. I don't think that's possible. Here's your, it's 50%, but that is 86% higher than a newsletter email. So it's 50%. So yay, 50%. Let's feel happy with 50%. I'm going to wrap things up before I get to your questions, which I'm going to do. I have plenty of time for questions. Keep them coming. Just put them in the Q&A so I can make sure that I see all of them. Some sign-up strategies to grow your list and boost deliverability. Have a good offer. Okay, have a compelling offer, my fundraising friends. Think about it right now. Is there anything you're already doing that is valuable enough that someone would give you an email address to have it? Maybe. Okay, so bragging on Julie Edwards, who's here in this webinar and is an amazing, fantastic, brilliant fundraising consultant with some spots on her dance card. I'm going to have her pop her URL into the chat if people want to book some time with her to talk about their fundraising needs. I'm sending out an email tomorrow bragging on an amazing proposal that she wrote. Oh my gosh, it's so fantastic. And when you read it, you're going to just drool over what she could do for you. But anyway, she ran a humane society for many years and set fundraising records, like they were going out of style. She's so incredible. I literally have a folder on my computer, Julie Edwards brag file. It's just all the great campaigns that she's done because she's that good. I can't stop talking about her. And she loves animals. And she drew a portrait of my dog Max here. Anyway, okay. So here's what I want to say. Like back in her prior life, when she was running the Humane Society, running the animal shelter, I don't know that she did this, but she could have done a free like pet first aid kit. Man, pet first aid, heck, pet like recipes, like how to make dog food, or I'm not going to do that. I don't have time to make dog food, but how to make a homemade dog treat or something like that. People would give up their email address to get that. That is a good offer. Pet first aid all the way. Julie said, I'm embarrassed. We did send treat recipes. There was actually in Australia, they actually did animal care, did a really good campaign with like pet first aid. I should know pet first aid. I don't. This guy's so cute. Oh my God. He's so cute. I would give him mouth to mouth, but he has horrible, but he's so cute. Anyway, so this is the Polly Klaus Foundation. If any of you are children of the 80s, you may remember this story. It's a story about child abduction, but they have this safety kit and they will mail you the safety kit. And it basically is, you know, if God forbid your child go missing, you have all this, and you have what you need. You know, you've got their DNA, you've got their fingerprints, you've got a lock of their hair, you know, you've got everything. God forbid anything happen. That is a very high value item. And by having this out here, you know, this is something they had to mail to people physically. They got their mailing address, but it could be an email. It could be just, you know, maybe you're a tutoring program and you've got some fun some activities to do to prevent like the summer slump. This looks so cute, like we're going on an adventure. And all this is a religious organization that's got like a 4-week adventure for couples and families to explore the Bible every day. Okay. All they need is an email address and they're promising you a happier home in 4 fun weeks. And they're making it look fun by showing pictures of families out there canoeing. Here's some email opt-in examples. Hungry to help, your free guide is here. Get tips on easy ways to fight hunger. Okay. Meet the people we're empowering, join this movement. So those are some good like calls to action and some attractive, like get our monthly newsletter. Yawn. You got to tell me why I should really do this. You got to tell me like what's going to be great about this. So always plan the email journey. Think about that welcome series. Think about that welcome email. When was the last time you checked out your welcome email? I mean, has it been since the Obama administration? That, my friends, is too long. You need to check it out. I'm going to answer some of these awesome questions. You can learn more about me at rachelmuir.com. And if you want some training from me, check out leagueofextraordinaryfundraisers.com. Lots of great questions. I'm going to dig in here. Karina said, I've heard that emails with graphics or pictures in them increase the chance that the email will go to spam. Is this true? This is an interesting question, and Jen and I are both going to answer this. And I'm going to invite Jenna at any time if she wants to, what she would like to add to this. Not necessarily. It really it's not like, I will say this. I no longer have an email header in my email. I just use like plain text. I don't have an email header. I used to use an email header, like a newsletter header, and I took it out and I got better deliverability. the answer with everything is you have to test it. You may have some readers will pick up on headers. But if you have a good graphic, like a photo of a client that you're helping, and a photo caption, it's not necessarily going to hurt your deliverability. But if it's an email, it's possible if it's an email header, and I'm going to let Jenna add anything that she would like to that.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. Yeah, I think as I recall, it seems to be like pretty unlikely that it would decrease deliverability, but yeah, I think I'm just going to echo, what Rachel said, and maybe do some testing. But yeah, I would say probably okay.
Katini said, and I love this question as much as Katini's name. We send a quarterly newsletter to our donors with 3 stories: testimonial, education piece, and something else. Are you suggesting we break these up so 1 email a month? Yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes. I mean, quarterly, communicating with your donors. First off, you should have a donor newsletter. Okay. You're telling me you're sending this to donors. I want to tell you, I have helped, and I know Julie's done this too. I have helped clients completely transform their newsletters because they were writing horrible newsletters that were like going one size fits all. And it was trying to I was talking about the programs, I was talking about volunteer opportunities. If you know that you're communicating with your donors, if that's your segment, communicate with those donors, make them feel like the awesome, incredible heroes that they are. Make it feel like this should be loaded with love bombs, and it should make them feel great. And it's a huge money-making opportunity. And actually, I'm doing a webinar this month with Tom Ahern on money-making newsletters. Money-making donor newsletters. I thought that's what you meant. Katini said, no, our whole subscriber. Quarterly isn't enough. You should definitely, it should be short, at least once a month. My God, you're going to have, until you start communicating more frequently with quality content that readers want to read, you are not helping your deliverability by communicating so infrequently. What are your favorite email campaign platforms? My personal favorite, Vicki, is Active Campaigns. I really love Active Campaigns. Jenna is going to weigh in with what her favorite is.
Rachel, I love how you incorporate me. Yeah, I'm also an Active Campaign fan. Actually, Box is all about the Active Campaign. So I've also heard Constant Contact is pretty good, but we are active campaigners. So
the thing I don't like about Constant Contact is I don't like MailChimp's thing on charging you for people across multiple lists. The thing I don't like about Constant Contact is that I feel like, and maybe it's just because every nonprofit is using the same template, but I feel like, to the question that came earlier about, hey, will a photo hurt my deliverability? I feel like Constant Contact, it's very and maybe it's because every nonprofit is just using the same exact template, but I feel like it's very everyone that I get is portrait orientation. There's tons of wasted space on this side. And I feel like it all looks the same, and it doesn't have a lot of cognitive ease. Cognitive ease, my fundraising friends, is like Pinterest. Cognitive ease is it's easy to read. It's beautiful design. It just makes you feel fantastic. Cognitive friction is like the opposite of that. Lisa said, how do you balance sending all? I love this question from Lisa. How do you balance sending all the donation ask emails versus the number of other emails we have to send? We're an advocacy group. You segment. I bet Jenna's going to echo that. You segment. And here's the thing. And you steward. Here's the thing, Lisa. If there's this virtuous circle, it's called the virtuous circle. And here's what happens in the circle. You ask, you thank, and you report back. If I give a gift, if you ask me and I give a gift, you thank me, okay? And then you tell me how my gift made a difference. And as long as you thank me and you tell me how my gift made a difference, I'm ready to be asked again. I'm not ready to be asked if I don't hear back and I'm not thanked, or if you don't tell me how my gift made a difference. So you balance it by doing segmentation and knowing who wants to hear from you how, and having a plan and a strategy. And I'm going to let Jenna add anything that she'd like to add.
Oh gosh, thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just gonna echo all of what you've said because it pretty much just sums everything up.
Lauren said, we've been splitting our email list in half and experimenting with subject lines for our spring match. Way to go, Lauren. One was a client quote. This takes the pressure off my shoulders, even for just a minute. Your gift today feeds families like Susan's. The other had a subject line like first name, double your impact today. Your gift matched. However, there's no discernible difference in open rates. Any insights? The quote as a subject line is really, really long. I mean, if I were just testing those, I mean, you could put in send check it, and you could pop those in there right now and just send check it and see what the difference is. I feel like both of those are very long subject lines. But I personally, here's what I would do to make it better. I would do like first name, 24 hours left, instead of, and yeah, I would experiment with that. Anyway, Katini said, you have a benchmark for Oprah. You know what? I'm gonna ask if she wants to. I'm gonna ask Julie Edwards, if she's still here, the Neon One email report. I'm just Googling it. And oh, here it is. I'm gonna put it in here. It's really good. They I have some friends over there, and they are like, they obsess about email like I do. And they did this study because they were like, we need to really get gritty studying. They have a benchmark in that, and that is just nonprofits. Okay, so I feel like that off the top of my head, I want to say the average nonprofit email rate, according to MailChimp, I want to say is like maybe 38%, but you can look, 57%, that's pretty good. Yeah, you can rely on them telling you that it's 57%. If they're, yeah, you can rely on that. That's pretty good. 57% is good. Rachel, can you explain the difference between an email? Yes, the difference between an email newsletter to donors and a print newsletter to donors. Those are different things. A print newsletter to donors is a really great strategy for making donors feel amazing and raising money. And if you're doing a print one, quarterly is absolutely fine. It's an opportunity to make the donor feel like the hero that they are. Julie Edwards used to send the most amazing donor print newsletters ever. And I remember there was one story about a dog named Lieutenant Dan, and it was about the cutest story ever. But they were, Julie Edwards is amazing. She's a great consultant. I'm going to encourage her to pop her URL into the chat. Anyway, very, very, my advice to you is, if you have enough donors and if you have their mailing addresses, to consider a printed donor newsletter, because it can really be a dramatic fundraising opportunity for you. So I encourage you to think about that. I have loved getting to be with you. We have 3 minutes over. I thought we were going to go, because I had 64 slides, Jenna. I thought we were going to go for. You can download the slides at rachelmuir.com/handouts. It's been awesome to be with you today. I don't see any more questions. Max says, thank you for tuning in. You guys are amazing. I hope that you enjoy your short week and aren't as overwhelmed as I am.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Rachel. This has been incredible. Actually, one of the most humorous, comic relief here as well. Very engaging. So I just want to thank you for blessing us today with your insight and presence here. And yeah, so definitely everyone reach out to Rachel and Julie here. I know their links have been shared. CauseVox does allow you to send a customizable receipt for every donation, so you can spin up that really well-crafted message and make it tax deductible standards as well. So if you're interested in learning how to, move from your email to the actual donation, you can include our donation form embedded. You can request a demo with us. Again, remember to subscribe. What are you getting when you subscribe to CauseVox? What we just talked about. Don't worry, we have good things for you. You can see more of Rachel. You can hear
Yay!
more of
Yeah,
Rachel.
I'm doing a workshop on major gifts.
Yes, we're
Yay.
having, so Rachel, right? You're still out down for that, right? We're gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
a workshop on June 13th, everyone. Mark your calendars. We got a bunch of speakers lined up. When I say bunch, I mean like 4. But it's gonna be great. It's a half day, it's a few hours. So keep an eye out for that email. And then again, if you have any additional questions for me that we did not answer.
I gotta brag really quick on all the payment methods that CauseVox options, like Apple Pay, Venmo. I just gotta brag on that, because I feel like that is something that so many nonprofits don't currently offer to donors, and makes life so much easier and frictionless.
Right. We want like an Rachel. Yeah, it's true. And it really helps, increase like the larger givers, the more major givers, if they have a direct link to like their ACH, for example, or they have more flexibility. So yeah, we'll probably have some more webinars, like maybe more like donation form focused. But yeah, this is our email webinar for today. And again, thank you to everyone who joined, and thank you again so much to Rachel. And we'll be seeing you all again soon.
Thank you, Jenna. It was a blast.